So that's that, I guess. We're going to do a little warm up, but we're going to go over all the movements before we get started. So first thing, we're going to try a few. We'll do some sample reps before we get started. So first movement in the warm up is going to be called a seal jack. So it's like a jumping jack, but our arms are going to do something a little different. So normally when we do a jumping jack, our feet go out, our hands go up, and our arms go down like that. With a seal jack, we're going to think of it like arms are out here, and then they come in like that. I don't care if you go like this or like that. Let's try a few. The difference there was that my feet were in sync with my arms or out of sync with my arms. Looks great. I'm going to assume those are named after the Navy SEALs and not the animal seal, because I've never seen a seal do that. Then we've got a hollow rock. So for a hollow rock, I'm going to get into a hollow body position. So starting on the ground, two things are going to happen. One, I'm going to curl my shoulder blades off the ground. So arms are above my head, curling my shoulder blades up off the ground, and then my feet come off the ground. So my point of contact with the ground is my low back, and I want to make my low back like the bottom of a rocking chair. So I'm in this hollow position, and then I rock. If that's a little too much, we can do a tuck rock, which is, instead of starting in the hollow, we bring our arms forward, tuck into a ball, and then rock from there. Let's try a few if you haven't already. We'll be going for 30 seconds on each of these movements. So whatever you can maintain for 30 seconds, both are good. Cool. Then, super simple, some arm circles. What we're going to do when we do these in the warm-up is we're going to start making a tiny circle that slowly gets bigger and bigger, and then we'll go back to a tiny one, and so on and so forth. Makes sense? Pretty simple. How about at 15 seconds, we switch directions? I just made that up on the spot. Cool. Next is the alternating Samson lunge. So we're going to combine what's called a Samson stretch with a lunge. So for a Samson stretch, you've probably done one before, we're going to interlock our fingers, and then we're going to turn our palms toward the ceiling, reaching up so that ideally that like the top of our interlocked fingers is facing the ceiling. And we're just going to combine that with some alternating lunges. So I'm stepping forward, bringing my back knee to the ground, and then coming back up, trying to stay in that upright Samson stretch the whole time. Cool. Looks great. So we're going to do 3 rounds. Those 4 movements, we're going to do each one for 30 seconds. Let's start in 10 seconds with seal jacks. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hollow rocks. Or tuck rocks. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Arm circles. Making a tiny circle, getting bigger and bigger. Nice. All right, we can switch directions. Or if you want a bonus, you can do an opposite direction with each arm. Easier said than done. 2, 1, Samson lunges. So we're reaching up and alternating. Three, 2, 1. Let's go back to steel jacks. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hollow rocks or tuck rocks. Away we go. I'm warm, it's working. Three, 2, 1. Arm circles. Warming up our shoulders. And we can switch directions. Three, 2, 1. Alternating Samson lunges. Three, 2, 1. One more round. Steel jacks. Here we go. Three, 2, 1. Hollow rocks. Three, 2, 1. Arm circles. And switching directions. All right, alternating Samson lunges. Here we go. Three, 2, 1. Rest. All right. Nice job, everyone. just do that. Okay, so today's workout has a bunch of stuff in it. We're going to do 3 rounds. There are 6 things. We're going to do each one for a minute. Since the last thing is rest, technically this workout's going to be 17 minutes long. But we can all do the minute of rest at the end. So, because there's a lot of stuff, and we'll go over all of it, I did copy and paste it into the chat if you need a quick reference guide. And the stuff in parentheses is if you have equipment, you can pick from either movement. So, 1 minute each of an air squat. That could also be a goblet squat if you've got a weight. Then mountain climbers. If you have a weight, we can do single hand swings. Walking lunges, those don't need to be weighted. I mean, they sure can if you want to, but they don't have to be. And then push-ups, if you have a weight, we can do snatches. Then starfish jumps, and then rest. So we'll go over all these before we get started. Does that format make sense for everyone? Just a minute of each one, 3 times. Cool. So there is a minute of rest at the end of the sequence. So first things first, the air squat or the goblet squat. So if I'm doing an air squat, I'm sitting back and down as low as I can and coming back up. Sometimes when we have air squats in a workout, it's easy to like cut our range of motion. So I want whatever your squats before we start look like, I want everyone in the workout to look like that. So if this is my starting squat, by round number 3, I don't want to be doing this, just to be getting more and more reps. And if you're going to do goblet style, you can hold the weight out in front of you, tucked in close, and squat that way. Let's try a few sample reps. Sweet. Cool. So, movement number 2. We got mountain climbers or single arm swings if you've got a weight. So, for mountain climbers, there's kind of 2 ways we can think about it. You can mess around with each one, see which one you like better. Some people think one is easier than the other, but it seems to be 50-50 split. First way I can think about it is I'm starting with 1 foot ahead, but in this version, both feet, like the balls of my feet, are on the ground, and I'm just going to jump into the opposite position, just like that. So both feet are always in contact with the ground. The other option, I'm thinking more like I want to bring one knee towards that elbow, but my back foot isn't touching. So now it's almost like I'm doing high knees, but with my feet planted on the floor. So that's the mountain climber. If you're going to do the single arm swing, I'll use this dumbbell. Just like a 2-hand swing. I'm going to start with it a little bit in front of me, hinging at the hip, so chest comes down, butt moves back, but I'm not just curling over to it. I'm sending my butt back and my chest down. I'm going to pull it into the pocket, which just means my wrist is going high in my inner thigh. Then I'm going to stand up aggressively, and the weight's going to move to about my sight line, and then I'm going to bring it back to the pocket. So at speed, I'm approaching the weight, pulling into the pocket, standing up aggressively, thinking about squeezing my glutes, locking my legs out. Let's try a few of whichever one you're going to do the workout. If you are doing the single arm swing, you can switch sides however you like. You can go 30 seconds on one side, 30 on the other, or just switch as needed. Looks good. Cool. All right, then the walking lunge. I think I've seen you all do this one before. We're stepping so our back knee touches the ground, and then just getting ambulatory with it. If you don't have room for that, you could do lunges in place. Or something I like to do is I'll do 2 lunges, walking style forward, and then I'll do 2 walking style backward. And just continue in that fashion. Either way, lunges for a minute. Cool. Looks good. Moving forward, push-ups or snatches. So if you're going to be doing push-ups, you can elevate your hands or perform them from your knees. Both are good options as long as you're coming all the way to whatever your target is. In this case, a box. I want to make sure I can get my chest to it. If you're going to do snatches, I've got a weight. This time, I'm going to start with it more between my feet. Then with the swing, it's a little bit in front of my feet. And I'm going to approach it, but unlike the swing, so when I start the swing, my butt comes back, my chest comes down, and I'm hinging. Now, I want my knees to be moving forward. I'm going to get a little bit more squatty as I approach it. So I don't want to grab with these high hips in that hinge position. I'm coming down, and I've bent my knees a little bit so I can push into the ground, extend, and bring it overhead. Just like that. Then, it's coming back down to the ground to touch and come back up. And if you are somewhere where you can't let your weights touch the ground, you can go either just above the ground or somewhere below the knee, if that works for you. Let's try a few of whichever one you're going to do in the workout. Push-ups or snatches. If you're doing snatches, you can switch as needed.
On the push-ups, is the goal to like do something where you can keep moving for a minute straight? So
I mean, like, for the most part, I'm thinking like, I'm trying to think of a number. It's like if you have to do like singles or doubles, it might be like a little bit too tough for a workout like this. If we were doing like dedicated push-up work, then I might be more for it. But like something where for the minute you're not breaking it up into like 10 sets.
Gotcha.
Answer your question. Okay, then we've got the starfish jump. So for that, this is kind of like a weird reverse burpee type thing. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to tuck into a ball. I like to just think like I'm kind of squatting down and touching my feet, and then I'm going to jump up and spread out as much as I can. So I'm kind of making a starfish formation like that. So, or I think I've heard these called like X jumps or something like that. I'm making an X. They're very tiring, so control your pace. If you can't do that where you're at, we can do a sprawl. Pretty comparable in terms of taxation. So hands come to the ground, jump my feet back, come back, and stand up. So sprawls or starfish jumps. Oh, and also if you want to do the starfish jumps, but you feel like you can't quite get enough air to spread out and make that X shape, then just jump however you can. So this will still count. And it will still be a tough workout. So if you haven't already, let's try a few of whatever we're going to do for our starfish jump. Nice. Cool. Okay. And the last movement is rest, which this is how you do it. Cool. Covered. All right. Think over that. squats or goblet squats, mountain climbers or single arm swings, walking lunges, push-ups or snatches, starfish jumps, rest. We're gonna do that 3 times. Are we ready? Cool. Let's start in 10 seconds with a squat variation. 3, 2, 1, here we go. I'm already tired. What's happening to me? Nice job, everyone. Halfway through the minute. There you go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Swings or mountain climbers. Doing great. Nice work. Walking lunges are coming up in 10 seconds. Nice, Marat. 3, 2, 1. Walking lunges. Twenty seconds. Nice job. Snatches or push-ups are coming up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Snatches or push-ups. Nice job. 20 seconds. Starfish jumps are next. Coming in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Favorite part. Oh. Nice job. 20 seconds. Whew. Then we rest. Three, two, one, rest. Nice job. I don't feel like a starfish when I do those. Maybe a barnacle. Barnacle jumps. Whew. We're gonna rest for 40 more seconds and then back through. Great first round. All right, 10 seconds. Squats are coming up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Whew. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Swings or mountain climbers. Halfway. Great job. Fifteen seconds. Three, two, one. Walking lunges. Nice work. Twenty seconds. Three, two, one. Snatches or push-ups. Doing great, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Starfish. Yes. Woo. 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Whew. Then we rest. Nice job, everyone. Great starfish. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Whew. I'm sweating. Good stuff. One more round. Coming in 10 seconds. Squats coming up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, squats. Thirty seconds, nice work. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Swings or mountain climbers. Nice job. 15 seconds. Walking lunges coming up in 10. Woo! 3, 2, 1. Here we go, walking lunges. There we go, 10 seconds. Snatches or push-ups are next. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice job. There we go, 10 seconds. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Starfish. Home stretch. Woo. Fifteen seconds. Nice job, everyone. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Rest. Nicely done. Okay. Cool. If you want some mobility, we're going to do a seated pike stretch. As soon as I'm able to breathe, I'll tell you all about it. But we're going to be seated with our legs together and straight. If you want a bonus, you can point your toes, but it's a personal preference. But what I'm going to do is just keep my hands on the floor and then sink forward. For me, it's not much. I just move my hands like 6 inches forward. I feel a huge stretch in my hamstrings, even into my calves. A little bit more of the calves if I point my toes. But I'm just breathing, letting myself sink into that stretch. Each time I take a big deep breath, I can sink just a little bit further forward until I can. And then I'm just gonna breathe, hang out for like 30 more seconds. Nice work, everyone. That's all I got.